Hello and welcome to another episode of Find Your Beach. My name is Andy Haynes and this is my beautiful co-host and wife who I'm allowed to sexually harass. We do work together, but since we were married, I'm allowed to sexually harass her quite a bit.
I think you're just sort of saying things because you know I'm too tired to respond to them, you know?
Maybe a little.
So you're like, let me just get this out now.
Maybe just
she's
a little.
Too exhausted to get any kind of thing back at me.
Yeah.
You know?
Rosebud ran the Brooklyn Marathon, and then
Spiritually.
she rescued some babies from a tenement fire.
You know what? Spiritually, I would, you know?
Yeah. God, think about
like
how...
my intention would be save those babies, but I wouldn't actually run into the building.
You'd be like, help.
I'd be like, someone do something.
I love to think that I'm such a hero, you know? I really love to think I'm a heroic person.
Yeah.
And this one time, I was at summer camp, and there was we had kidney transplant kids. Uh-huh. Like they would do a special week where
Is that what the bus said when they pulled up?
It probably said something kidney related, but
Kidney transplant
they brought
kids?
the dialysis machines to camp so the kids could go to summer camp and still get their kidney dialysis.
That's nice.
And there was this one kid, John Paul, and John Paul definitely didn't know how to swim. And we did a dock sleep out, and in the morning on a dock sleep out, you jump into the ocean. Mm-hmm. And I was like watching him, and I was like, wow, he's got his bathing suit on. That's crazy. John Paul just must be getting in the spirit. Mm-hmm. And then he climbed up on the ladder, and I was like, wow, he just must want to have a look. And then he jumped, and I was like, oh, help. Help. You guys, somebody jump in.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. But my friends had to jump in their clothes. It's pretty funny.
I kind of like that kid. He's like, I'll figure it out.
I think he was just like, I know they're not going to let me jump in, and I want to jump in.
What if he was like, I would rather drown than do that fucking dialysis shit again?
Makes sense. It looked pretty shitty.
Yeah. Well, congrats. You are a hero, or your friends are.
What I'm saying is I was not heroic.
Yeah.
I was like,
Somebody,
it's really cold. Well, since we're talking, since we're saying words, I thought it would be a good time to introduce some of our new patrons.
Good idea.
We got one Canuck from Canada. Her name is Kayla Danielewski.
Was that Canada?
Yeah.
Canada? Okay.
And
a little attitude on it.
It's a Latin country now.
Nice.
And then grab a lounge chair and a Mai Tai and get under an umbrella, put on some SPF. Mm-hmm. You're at the beach, babe. And Amelia Warren, our newest VI Beach. Welcome, Amelia.
Welcome, Amelia.
Stay tuned because next Friday we will have a date for the next VI Bistro, and you will get to meet all the other celebrities in the beach metaverse. And
we were saying we're gonna pivot. We're now a metaverse podcast. Mm-hmm. You know, we're gonna start selling digital real estate, selling Bitcoin.
This whole podcast is an NFT.
Yeah. So place your bets, ladies and gents.
Web 2.0 is here.
We're selling our apartment on the digital market. We are leasing it in real life, but you know. It's the metaverse. Anything goes.
Do you know which web we're on? Are we on web 2 or 3?
We're on web 7.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
That's embarrassing.
Is it?
For me?
Sorry, I meant we're on web 1.
We're not. Okay. I think we are on web 3. I think that's what they're talking about. I think NFTs and stuff like that, they're calling web 3.
What the fuck does that mean?
No idea.
Actually, yeah, I was like, even if you knew, please don't explain it. Because I will fall asleep.
But I know you're a little tie today. I know you kind of you wanted to have one of those days.
I'm fine.
No, it's fine. I'm not trying to. There's no shame in this. Mm-hmm. There's no judgment. But what I was going to say is I've looked up some stuff, and I thought that maybe you'd want to just comment on it, and that way we don't have to, dig too deep. You know.
I mean, I guess so. Yeah.
All right. This is the first story. You guys get excited. Russia deployed trained dolphins to guard Black Sea naval base. Satellite images show. The dolphins may be tasked with preventing Ukrainian divers from infiltrating the Sevastopol harbor underwater and sabotaging warships there, according to naval analysts.
How are they going to prevent Ukrainian divers? Is it with rape?
I'm sure that's part of it, but you know what I really think it is I think that
I would love if, like, in the war room, you know, some general was like, how are the dolphins going to stop it? You know, and somebody was like, yeah, like, is it rape? And somebody, and the guy in charge of the dolphins is like, I mean, I'm sure rape is part of it, but.
I think they wear cameras.
The dolphins?
Yeah, I think they have cameras on them. And so, like, they can kind of, like, they're like guard dogs. And they kind of, like, show. Look at these trained dolphins.
The dolphins have body cams.
Like a GoPro strapped to their head.
Okay.
But
little dolphins with GoPros are stopping the Russians or Ukrainians?
The Ukrainians. But get this. When Russia repossessed the area after annexation, it resumed the dolphin military training. In April 2019, the sighting of a beluga whale in a harness in Norway with a camera and a clip reading Equipment St. Petersburg pointed to the expansion of the program. They tried to get belugas involved in the war. Belugas, the most peaceful.
The Raffi whales.
Yeah, the babies.
Unreal.
The big gooey babies.
Big baby belugas.
Yeah.
You know, you think of Russia as this big, scary military power. You guys, they're strapping cameras on dolphins.
It's funny because they're kind of renowned for their animal training. Like, Russia's the number one place where you can get a bear to dance.
Oh, yeah, the bears, yeah.
And they have seals. They have seals, beluga whales, and dolphins.
SEAL Team 7 is just seals.
Yeah. And, you know, you always hear about beluga caviar from Russia.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of beluga caviar. It's the best of the best. Fighters.
That is, I mean, it just seems a little, I don't know how to, it's just so stupid.
Yeah.
It's just so dumb.
It seems like when we used to
seems
send
like
a dog to
loser
space.
enemy, like something that a loser enemy would, like, you know?
Yeah, I don't get it.
We're going to scare you. Oh, you're going to come at us with your military? We got dolphins, bro.
Oh, you guys have drones and AI aquatic, you know, robots? Well, we got beluga whales that will go. That might scare a robot. They wouldn't know what to do with it.
I mean, there is something deeply scary about finding dolphins to do your bidding because they are serious predators.
Are they?
They are.
You did watch a David Attenborough show, and you came back with...
Dolphins are very serious predators.
I asked you when I saw the post if you were stoned, which I know is never something to ask you because you hate that kind of question because then you are like, am I? But you had real stoner energy that night because you were like, dude, orca whales are just big dolphins.
But that was crazy.
Yeah.
Because they've called them whales.
I know. But
so,
your mind was blown.
Because I've been lied to. Because I was lied to. If it's a dolphin, say it's a big dolphin. Say it's an orca dolphin.
My entire life I've been deceived. I do not know who to trust.
I mean, I thought Free Willy was about a kid and a whale. Turns out, this kid was friends with a dolphin the whole time. How do you think he'd feel?
Big black dolphin. BBD.
BBD energy.
He had BBD energy. Free Willy had BBD energy. So that is the first story. I think it's kind of fun.
Kind of a fun one.
To think of warrior dolphins.
Yeah. I'm into it.
And then the second story, I'm going to have to pull it up. So
I feel like if I was in a war, you know, if I ran a country and I was in a war, and one of my generals came to me and was like, all right, look, we've pretty much exhausted all our resources, but I got an idea. And he was like, dolphins. I personally would be like, well, that's the end of this country. We're done here. Right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to run a country that's got dolphin soldiers. It's another level of evil when you involve
dolphins.
It's
like
in a war.
James Bond villain level It's like the old James Bond where they were kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's super villain energy.
Like when they used to have like James Bond and he'd have to fight a bear.
Right.
You know, you'd be like, wow, well, it's cool, but also I know that bear's an actor. I've seen his SAG card, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think this is, babe? I'm showing Rosebud a picture on my computer.
That looks to me like a spaceship crashed in the middle of the country. Like if there's a little house right there on the corner, right?
No.
All right, well then it's just a piece of spaceship.
This is a photo that NASA released of a crash that their cameras picked up on Mars.
It's definitely a crash.
That is not
Earth.
That is not a Earth-made
Spaceship?
Yeah, they found a spaceship.
What?
Isn't that crazy? They found a crashed spaceship on Mars. Isn't that insane?
Hold on a second.
Yeah. It's on, baby. They out there.
Wait, what? This is like...
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
NASA sees otherworldly wreckage on Mars with Ingenuity helicopter. The debris was part of the equipment that helped the Perseverance mission safely land on the Red Planet in 2021.
Oh,
Wait.
so then it was ours.
Oh, man. I thought there was aliens.
Jesus Christ, Andy.
I thought there was aliens.
You're an agent of misinformation. Congratulations. You thought that was an alien spaceship?
It looks like a UFO. I was so excited. I wish I wouldn't have read that. I wish I still lived in a world where I thought, damn it. This is almost as bad as the time that I read.
Did you only look at the picture?
I looked at the headline.
You didn't read the whole headline.
No, I did. I just didn't read the sub-headline. NASA sees otherworldly wreckage on Mars with Ingenuity helicopter. God damn it!
So you just went immediately to, it's the aliens, it's not us. You saw that.
I thought that's what they were saying. I thought they were going like, wow, there's aliens. Damn it!
Oh, I'm really sorry, babe.
I was so excited. But I was also like, what's really happening?
Yeah.
If that's coming out, what's
Right.
really going on?
Yeah, I was going to say, if that was something that, like, when you explained it to me and I thought it was an alien spaceship, I was like, wait, there's no way that this isn't everything that anyone is talking about. You know, like this
Yeah.
would be huge.
It would have been exciting. Fuck.
Like
my day's
Biden would
ruined.
be talking about this right now.
My day's ruined.
I'm so
And
sorry, but I mean, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow, were you off?
But you could see how I'd think. And here's how I found out about the article is I just saw that top headline and it was on Instagram.
But the fact that you were so willing to believe that, like you didn't go, there's no way, and read further.
There has to be aliens. What are you talking about?
But there's no, to see a crashed spaceship and go, and they've confirmed that there's the existence of aliens, right? They've confirmed that there's life that's not on planet Earth, which is totally, got it, believable, I understand. But for you to see a spaceship and be like, the aliens built that, and not have your mind completely fucking, like no switch in your brain was like, slow down. Whoa, buddy. Let's read the rest of the headline. You just went, that's it.
Aliens. Yep.
They're building spaceships and they're crashing them.
I thought it was an old one. I thought it was...
All of humanity would be in a panic right now.
Well, it's on Mars.
Yeah.
So they may not be in that big of a panic. What are you talking about?
Well, they're crashing, so could be Mars, could be Earth. What difference does it make? They're not great at directions if they're alien spaceship drivers.
I don't want to go to space
That's
at
the
all.
other thing is I don't think the aliens would ever crash.
Yeah, they seem like really like they know what they're doing.
They're way ahead of us.
Here's the thing. We have been through a lot the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Wars, diseases.
And now James Corden is leaving.
James Corden is leaving. Probably the biggest blow
to humanity.
To humanity. Who will carpool the karaoke? But I feel like that's what we're owed. Like we deserve that in our lifetime, because everything else in our lifetime has kind of lived up to kind of like a theatrical, like everything in our life has kind of been a movie, right?
Yeah.
We got to get aliens at some point.
Well, we did. We got
No.
confirmed that they're around.
No, I want them landing on the White House lawn, putting down the little ramp, walking up, shaking the president's hand. You think it's all good. Then the president dissolves. But he turns into 1,000 gummy bears, and the gummy bears all go. See?
Yeah.
That, like, something like that would be fun.
That would be great. Man.
I do think.
Imagine an alien just comes up, touches your baby, and your baby turns into 100 puppies.
You'd probably be like, good deal.
Be like, I was tired.
I was pretty
I
tired.
would lay down on the floor. I'd just let those puppies run all over me.
I used to have a joke about why do you only have scary animals on you when you're on drugs?
Yeah.
Like, it's always bugs.
It's never puppies.
It's never like I'm covered in sugar babies or whatever those. What are they called? The squirrels that fly.
Sugar gliders.
Yeah, I'm covered in sugar gliders.
Yeah. You never like run over by a bunch of bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
Come here, Mouse.
Oh.
Mouse heard her name being called, and she just wanted to come up and make a statement.
You know what I think she heard was.
Yeah. She heard gummy bears, and she's like,
I'm hungry.
I want some gummies.
I'm some hungies.
Man, I'm devastated by the lack of aliens
I
in my
can't
reality.
believe how willing you were to believe that without reading anything further. That is some wild shit right there.
It's heartbreaking.
You know, Andy, I love you so much. There's something.
Seems like there's something going along with this.
No, I just want to say your belief, your willingness to believe is something that and I'm not joking here, even though I know that my voice sounds sarcastic all the time. I am genuinely envious of it.
What was the guy that Bashir? Is that the guy that you used to play for me on YouTube? Bashar?
Yeah, Bashar, something
He
like
communicates with aliens, right?
that. Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Honestly, his presentation leads me to believe he actually does. He kind of, he's so bizarre, but like also there's kind of like, it's like a tuning fork.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know if it's aliens or if it's just like, he just sort of is like, I'm getting this like wisdom I want to share, and I'm going to say that it's coming from aliens because it's like, that's how you package something and make a fucking thing out of it. But I don't know. The more I hear about like anybody that's got a bunch of followers, or I'm just like, no, I can't really.
Yeah.
I just am so not into the whole self-help industry and that world.
We watched something about the Remnant Church last night.
Oh yeah, we watched The Way Down Part 2.
Yeah, and why are you licking my pocket, you fucking weirdo?
Do you have treats in there?
No.
Get down, Mouse. Stop licking your dad's thighs.
I'm not going to give you allowance if you lick me. This isn't your other friend's house. But yeah, I don't know. I was watching that documentary and everybody was like, just so you know, like, I'm not a dumb person. Like, I'm like a pretty with it person, but you just get caught up in these things. And I would have to say that I am completely somebody who could probably have ended up in a cult. For some reason, my bullshit meter was good, but there's definitely been times where I've been involved with groups of people where I kind of like, got groupthink, got a little, I mean, I was a summer camp counselor for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to stop. I aged out.
Yeah. Sad.
It was the most fun of my life. I won't lie.
I will say, one of the things that I about cults that appeals to me is just somebody being like, this is how we live. You don't have to make any decisions for yourself. You can just do exactly what we say, and every once in a while we're going to put you and your kids in a box and you can't eat for 3 days. You know? And I'd be like, I'm a little tuckered out on free will, you know?
Did you ever see The Path?
It's not like I'm not torturing myself.
Did you ever see The Path on Hulu?
Yes.
That was the kind of cult that I could get behind. They live upstate. They're vegetarians.
They're dressed in linen. I was literally picturing that when I was just talking about that.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, we all live in cabins and we're happy.
I mean, not the worst.
I have an admission right now. When we were just talking about all that alien shit, I was like, I kind of wish that me and Rosebud could get high and watch a movie. I know we can't, and we never will.
Right.
But there was part of me that was like, why isn't there like a 2-hour high? Where
That's what every high is, babe.
No, because I get high, and then it would be like 6 hours after the fun part. I'd be like, what is college? Why do we do college? You know, like I'd just be like exhausted for the whole day.
But you're only high for like 2 hours, is what I'm saying.
But it would be like residual, you know. We had a friend that had one of the worst experiences you can have with marijuana, which is, I've had this plenty of times, is where you eat an edible and you go to bed and the edible just is like, I'm also going to go to sleep. We'll wake up together.
Yeah.
And they just woke up and they were like, oh, I'm insane now.
I'm dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was talking about how, this is so funny, like, she was talking about how, I don't know if I could say, I want to say who she is, but I also don't want to, like, blow her.
We don't need to say her name.
Anyway, she was talking about how she thought she was dead, and she thought of that movie, A Beautiful Mind, how Russell Crowe realizes, like, all the people aren't real because they don't age.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm not dead because nobody came to see me. Like, all the dead people that she was like, no one came to see me. And it was like this, she was like using beautiful mind logic to
she was like,
convince herself that she didn't die.
I didn't get visited by my grandpa, so I'm clearly not.
No, she's like, my dog's not here. She didn't even talk about, she's like, I would see my dog. My dog would come see me.
I had this thought that, this was like probably like, you know, when I was stoned, but I was like, if my grandparents ever like visit me in a dream or something like that, I never met them. So I'd be like, who are you? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I wouldn't recognize them. I'd be like, hey, old guy. And he'd be like, I'm your grandpa. And I'd be like, I'd have to see a picture. I don't know.
Can I see some ID?
Yeah. Can you might just be an old guy trying to be my grandpa.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Old ghost. You old ghost. That's what I'm gonna call Keith Robinson the next time I see him.
When you
quit haunting this place, Keith.
When you get to, if there's an afterlife and you get there and you see some people that you know who have died, who are you gonna be least excited to see?
Maybe some of Karen's relatives.
Some of your stepmom's relatives?
Maybe some of my step family. No, I don't know. God, it's going to be like one of my like parents' friends. There was this lady that I worked with at the Jewish Community Center in DC that was so nice that I hated her. You ever met one of those people? She was the receptionist at the front desk, and she was always just like so nice and so cheery, and I was like, God, will you shut up?
Yeah. It's funny, like, I kind of have a similar answer, but it's, so, like, I knew people that died when we were in high school, right? And I think about running, Mouse.
You do not know anybody that died.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
And Mouse, you don't. Anyway, so I think about running into people who I've known since high school now, and it's very, like, regressive. But if I met like people that died in high school in the afterlife, they're going to be so obnoxious because they're going to be like teens still.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, oh my God, remember when we did this? And we're just going to have totally different energy levels. You know, we're not going to vibe the same way. So our friendship's going to have to end, even though, you know,
I hope
it's all over.
I hope that everybody's the same age in heaven. You know what I mean?
Everyone's the same age?
Yeah, it'd be nice. You know what I mean?
What age?
35.
That's not a bad age.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good age.
Yeah, we're all 35.
We're all 35. We're chill. We know what we like. We're not trying to force anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a great age. We're still keeping it tight.
You know, it would also be like interesting, like what you're like when you go to heaven, if there is a heaven. Like, do you have your best haircut or do you have your most common haircut? You know, are you your best self?
Right. Or
like,
is your hair just the way it was the day you died?
Yeah. Like, we have friends that like have fluctuating weights. Mm-hmm. Are they...
What if you die in the middle of hair transplant surgery?
Jesus Christ. Don't think I didn't think about it. When that guy gave me a fist bump and the drugs started hitting, I was like, this isn't a doctor. This is not a doctor.
Well, you were right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad that, you know, in heaven you don't get your period. And I don't, you know, I haven't really like checked that with scientists, but I'm assuming that if heaven's this fucking awesome place, that we don't have our periods anymore.
Yeah.
Hell, you have your period all the time.
Yeah. Hell,
you're always waiting for it in hell.
Oh. Yeah. I imagine waterfalls of menstrual blood in hell.
Absolutely. Everybody has to drink it.
And everything tastes and smells like nickels.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Pennies.
Or maybe that snack that you were recommended.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
We'll talk about that on the Patreon episode.
Yeah.
But we have a bad advice question.
Yeah. Let's pull it up. Sorry, guys. This is going to take a minute.
And guys, if you haven't joined the Patreon, here's a good plug for it. Here's a nice moment to plug it. You can head over to www.patreon.com/findyourbeach and join the Patreon.
Let me read a little satisfaction guarantee right here.
Okay.
Hi, Rosebud and Andy. I was watching your latest or second to latest YouTube version of Find Your Beach, and I heard you mention my name, welcoming me by my name for joining your Patreon. So exciting. I've never heard my name aloud on YouTube or on TV, and it's very exciting. Ha-ha! Love the podcast. And with our world feeling heavier and heavier and more depressing to me, this podcast helps a bit. At least it's a funny distraction from feeling so overwhelmed. Thanks again for mentioning me, and I love your Patreon. Definitely worth the money. I also love the YouTube version.
Hell yeah.
See that? That's a satisfied customer.
Who was it?
That was Susan Tui. T-O-U-W. I don't really know how to say it. Tao?
Well, thanks, Susan. You just heard your name a second time.
Feel free to write in and kind of give us a phonetic spelling. And then here is Meg the Nurse. Longtime Patreon member. One of the OGs. One of the day ones.
Yeah.
Great episode, guys. Rosie, you're doing great. Weird that you didn't say that to somebody else. Oh my God, I'm also watching We Crashed and Finish the Dropout. Fucking crazy CEOs. Andy, you worked at a WeWork? Not for WeWork, but for a company that was a fraud. I just finished episode 3, Summer Camp. Was it just like that? I could not party like that, LOL. Anyways, also finished Severance. Thanks for the rec. Loved it. Binged it in 2 days. Could you guys ever be severed? Just wondering.
I feel like I am.
Rosebud would love to be severed, and I think mainly because she would like to not have a marriage at work.
Why?
I think you would love to separate work and like, because these days that you like want to do nothing, they're almost always at the end of a long run of work, and it's because you completely give yourself to work. You don't consider because we also have such a like.
Is this
demanding,
your way of saying that I'm not present enough in our marriage?
No, not at all. Because Rosebud will have she'll have slept Tuesday's the late night at SNL, and so she'll have slept 4 hours, and then Wednesday night they don't have to get up as early on Thursday, and she could catch up on all that sleep, but she'll be like, people are hanging out. I should probably hang out, which is like work. And I'll be like, you're fucking insane. And she's like, gotta stay in the pocket. And then you get to these kind of moments in your month and you're like, I don't want to do anything for 24 hours. I don't want to move from the couch.
I really don't but I don't hang out because it's work or anything like that. I hang out because I feel like hanging out.
I guess it's like a way to decompress.
Yeah.
But also you are just like a networker. You love to network. You love to shake hands and use your relationships to move up the ladder of corporate entertainment. You love it, dude. You fucking love it. You love the game, dude. You're a hustler, and I like that about you.
What is are you going to be all right?
No, not at all. The cold brew just hit. I'm going to be a fucking disaster later on.
It's really concerning to watch.
It was fun. I got a little endorphin rush.
No, I'm glad. I loved it. That really was, I feel like I got a glimpse of who you actually are for a second.
Before we read the bad advice, I also want to shout out Game Day Grails. If you guys haven't heard about it, they're on Instagram. They source vintage sportswear from your favorite teams. Just go find them on Instagram.
Very cool store.
Our buddy, one of the day one VIBs, Luca Longcar, started it with some friends in Chicago. They sent Rosebud and I some Seahawks gear.
Yep.
Rosebud's been wearing her tiny jersey with just her underwear, and I feel like I'm in a movie that Mel Gibson should be in the 90s. It's real hot.
Cute.
And finally, we got some bad advice this week. This is also from a longtime patron. Hey, Andy and Rosie, I have an issue that has been absolutely consuming all of my free thoughts the past 2 weeks, and there's nobody I can really talk to about it. While at my sister's house 2 weeks ago with my whole family, my boyfriend asked me to get something from the basement fridge for him. On my way back up the stairs, I heard yays and some clapping, and then saw what looked like the end of a hug between my BF and my sister. I asked what that was all about, and everyone was really sketchy about it. So naturally, as a girl who's been with her BF for over 7 years, I'm assuming he was
your sister's
asking,
fucking your boyfriend.
I was actually going to say that'd be funny if, like, your sister and your boyfriend announced to the family that they were having an affair, and the family was like, yay!
Okay, go on.
I'm assuming he was asking for permission to propose, announcing he was planning to. How can I put this out of my head so that I'm not constantly thinking he's about to propose? I want to be surprised when it does happen, but it's all I can think about. Also, am I a psycho for even assuming this was what it was about? My birthday is in 2 weeks, so maybe it's a birthday surprise instead. Thanks for any help. All right. Here's what you got to do. Do you have some?
No, you go ahead.
Anytime he gets down, you know what I mean?
On one knee?
Tie a shoe.
Okay.
Pick up something he dropped.
Finds a dollar.
Finds an Indian penny. Mm-hmm. You know? Go, yes.
Yeah.
Get all excited.
Right.
Go, ah! Like the gummy bears.
Yeah, and then whatever it is that he finds on the ground, even if he's like tying his shoe, you can be like, I'm being supportive.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like he's someone that's like learning to live again after a traumatic brain injury.
But also, just to kind of like cover your bases, I think it's very important that you get your sister alone and you kind of do one of those intimidating things where her back's against a wall and you're kind of like right in her face and you go, listen, bitch, he's mine, okay?
So stay the fuck away from my boyfriend.
I don't care what happened, what got you all excited.
What all that celebratory yaying was about?
But this is not going to be like Derek Richards in 11th grade, okay?
No, it's not.
You're not
I'm not going to walk in to the kitchen while you're screwing my boyfriend in front of our parents and everyone's cheering you along.
That's not going to happen. We're not doing that.
So give it up.
And then
Katie.
Butterfly knife. Right? Just
yeah.
Right up here. Give her a little nick. You know? Just give her a little nick.
And just let her know who's boss.
Let her know who's boss.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah. But we should give her, it sounds like she wants actual real advice too.
Well, that's not what the segment is, but okay.
Okay, but let's just.
She's old school. We can be candid. We can be sincere.
I think if you got a feeling that he's going to propose and he's checked it with your family and everything, you don't really have to like think about it. You could just be like, okay, cool. He's going to do it. So I don't really have to be like waiting for it because it's going to happen. You know? And then if he doesn't, then you can be like, oh, okay. I guess he is fucking my sister.
I will say this, and your family is all conspiring against you. But I will say this. If he does not propose at 7 years, and you guys haven't had a conversation about what, you haven't like talked about where this is going, which would be very bizarre because you seem to be kind of a with it person. Might be time, if you want to get married, to
kind of be like, all right.
What's going on?
What's going on, buddy?
I know who this is, actually, because they live in Bozeman. I don't think that they came to my Bozeman show for some reason.
Don't blow up her spot like that.
I didn't say what her name was.
Okay, well.
So if you see a lady getting proposed to in Bozeman, it's probably her.
Yeah.
I didn't even give away her gender. She might be a lady that is also a man.
Okay.
Okay?
Guys, wash your hands.
Don't lick your lover's eyes.
And don't spit in their mouths unless it's a committed monogamous relationship. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
And if you're in LA, come see me Friday, May 6th at the Netflix Letterman taping. It's called That's My Time. And you can go to Netflix is a Joke Comedy Festival's website and get tickets to that.
David Letterman's going to be there.
That's correct.
So crazy because I loved David Letterman growing up, and he picked you. So
crazy.
That's weird.
All right, we love you guys.
Bye.